Greetings, Mr. and Mrs. Fairfield Bay, and to all the boats on the bay. This is the Fairfield Bay Gadfly coming to you from the Fly Trap Studio. This just in. Greetings, Fairfield Bay. This is the Fairfield Bay Gadfly coming to you from the Fly Trap Studio today. And on October 2nd, we had a very special guest at the Veterans Table. Miss Angela Campagna, who is a licensed clinical social worker, who is the owner and founder of Face2Face Therapy out of Conway, Arkansas. Angela came and gave a presentation to our local veterans about various issues, trauma issues, PTSD, dietitian issues, just a number of items that her practice encompasses. And I hope you will enjoy her explanation of what she provides to the veterans she works with. She is also a Marine veteran. She is also a member of We Are the 22, of which I am also a member, which is a veterans peer-based suicide intervention group that we try our best to stop this insidious disease of suicide that goes through our veterans at a far greater rate than the civilian population. I hope you enjoy Angela's comments, and I think you will find it very interesting. At the end of the interview, there will be some contact information if you care to watch along, or if you want to contact her or her team members. So anyway, I hope you enjoy and have a great day. This is the Fairfield Bay Gadfly signing off again. Greetings, Fairfield Bay. This is the Fairfield Bay Gadfly coming to you from the Blue Hen Bakery, where we are at the Veterans Table this morning, a weekly assembly of veterans sitting down, going over, telling war stories, fishing lines, and generally solving the problems of the world. But speaking of the problems of the world, we had a special guest today, Miss Angela Campagna from Face2Face Therapy out of Conway. And Angela joined us and provided some interesting information on various issues from trauma to PTSD to yoga. So, Angela, we appreciate you coming today. Now, what would you say is one of the leading or primary concerns with veterans and treating them for trauma or PTSD?
Well, exposure to trauma, PTSD is always something that does come up with our veterans. Also, I think sort of adjusting and implementing back into the community after being with such a supportive network is a huge problem. That's why we're very grateful for things like this coffee, the VFW, What 22, different organizations who help us still keep that camaraderie and friendship. I think all of those things kind of play in together.
Well, it's good that you mentioned What 22, which is We Are the 22, which is an organization, a nonprofit organization made up of veterans who go out in teams of two when we have veterans in crisis, particularly suicide intervention. That is the focus of We Are the 22. And do you see, how is the veteran suicide issue coming these days?
Well, we are very grateful for the organization We Are the 22. They are the only ones that I know in the state or nation that provides that intervention. And I would say, back to the first question you asked me, you know, with the adjustments, with the trauma, with the PTSD, the biggest concern is suicide, and the numbers are not getting better. They're getting worse, and we have to provide more supports like these things, the coffees and everything, to help prevent that, and more education, because that is the #1 concern, is suicide prevention.
Well, you also mentioned something about yoga.
Yes. So when I first got out of the military, I experienced my own adjustments problems and I knew that I needed to figure something out. And I was drawn to yoga. Yoga is a very natural, inexpensive way to learn how to regulate your central nervous system and manage those intense emotions that we sometimes have after the military. So I still teach yoga. I offer that in my practice too, and I really promote that and encourage anyone and everyone to try this.
Well, you are a licensed clinical social worker, correct?
Yes.
Now, what other areas does your practice encompass?
So we have 3 LCSWs in my office. We are all licensed psychotherapists and we practice multiple different psychotherapies. We focus a lot on mindfulness and learning how to manage intense emotions. We also have our 2 other therapists that practice what we call neurotherapy, such as EMDR, brain spotting, and some other ways to help process trauma and intense emotions. We also have Miss Lori Dather, who is a registered dietitian, who can teach you how to use your diet to improve your mood. And what I mean by that is when we are struggling with mental health issues, it usually is a brain problem. So we're often lacking serotonin levels in our brain. When you take an antidepressant, that's what they do, is they increase those serotonin levels. But Lori can teach us how to do that by food.
And she also has a grocery list that she'll be more than happy to send to you. And I will be providing some contact information for Face2Face Therapy at the end of the video. We certainly appreciate Lori and Dusty and you coming out today and sharing this information with the veterans of Fairfield Bay. Where do you see yourself and your practice going in the future?
Well, we want to move to this area. We want to open a second office in this area because we also understand the healing powers of the lake and being outdoors. And we love this community too. We're honored that you invited us here. And so, yeah, we're looking for a rental space. So let us know.
Well, we're honored you sponsored the pastries this morning. That's always a good thing.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, again, Angela, we just totally appreciate you and your team coming today, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.